Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer. Have you seen it? They have. He's played the original. He can't wait for it. Thanks for watching.
For a minute there, you're like, it looks like you were looking around the room looking for your words.
I found them. They were looking for me.
Dead Redemption 2.
It's a crossword.
I left sticky notes all over the studio.
Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption, I've talked about it before, but I played it last year or the year. Well, how long have we been doing this podcast for?
Years.
Not almost a year.
But I finished it recently. I didn't play it when it first came out on the 360, but I played it backwards compatible on the Xbox One.
Yes.
And it was one of those games that always eluded me, and I knew it was amazing, and I finally sat down and actually played the game. It took me almost 6 months to beat just because I played it slowly. But
unlike Destiny.
Yeah. But game held up amazingly. I 100% understand what everybody was excited about with Red Dead, and now with Red Dead 2 coming out, I'm even more excited. With that being said, the Red Dead Redemption 2, based on the trailer and everything that they showed, is a prequel. So it's Red Dead Redemption 2, but it's a prequel to what happens in Red Dead Redemption 1.
I hate when they do that.
And the main character isn't the main character from Red Dead Redemption 2. So I guess it's before he comes on to the Van der Linden gang. I got that right because I wrote it down. The Van der Linden gang, who was Dutch's gang, who's a main protagonist or antagonist, I guess you can say, in the original Red Dead Redemption game. So you're going to pretty much be playing as a new character while in the gang that is pretty much mentioned, talked about, and is kind of the source of John Marston's storyline in Red Dead Redemption. So it's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. I kind of wish that they titled their game like Yakuza did with their prequel, Yakuza 0.
Yeah,
instead of Yakuza 2.
Easy.
Yeah.
Or Resident Evil 0.
Or Red Dead Redemption Beginning. Or something.
Red Alive Redemption.
Red Dead Tumbleweed.
We're not dead yet.
Just change the name. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't like when sequels do prequels. Except for Snake Eater, because that was great.
I'm pretty sure too.
But that was a whole different thing, because that was because it tied in with everything. Maybe, I don't know.
No, actually that is actually a very good example of what they did.
What they did here.
Yeah.
So is he a clone?
Well, no. I don't think so.
Is that where we're going with this? Are the Patriots involved?
No, look at this. 1 and 2 carry the story forward in Metal Gear Solid, and then it jumps back to 3. Why does it jump back to 3? Because Konami's a crazy son of a bitch.
Whoa.
But he jumps back to 3, and the technology was there to tell this amazing story and have it in this awesome kind of...
To be fair, though, that was the 4th game in the series. Yeah, Metal Gear 2, then Metal Gear Solid, then Metal Gear Solid 2.
I'm talking about
Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'm talking about just the Metal Gear Solid games, all right? Don't get to the details with me about Metal Gear. You stop it, all right? I'm not gonna deal with your sass. So there was the 3rd Metal Gear Solid game. Emphasis on the solid.
Trace.
Anyway, but that game went back, told a prequel story. But the thing is that no, that was Snake. That's true. Anyway,
go on.
More is a difficult thing.
Metal Gear goes back and forth, and it's convoluted and crazy, and you'd have to play them in a specific order to understand the entire story. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, it's going back and telling a story, and it's going to be a grander open world. There's going to be obviously a lot more to do in it. They're going to be adding on to them. They're going to be doing the Red Dead Redemption Online, which is, I'm assuming, is going to be very similar to Grand Theft Auto Online, where you're going to have different heists and objectives and all that fun stuff.
Train robbing.
Less planes.
Yeah, there's not going to be any planes.
They might have
They better not do planes. At the moment that Red Dead Redemption goes and oh, hey, we're going to do planes for no apparent reason, I'm out. I'm out. Just for the online element, I'm out.
What about hot air balloons?
Okay, that works. You can do hot air balloons. I'm fine with that.
So I haven't played the original Red Dead or Red Dead Revolver, which I think is
Revolver's the original.
Yeah. I don't think it's related to the game, is it? Is it
no, I mean it's similar to I guess the Western element of it, but it's not the characters carry over.
So when I watched this trailer that came out recently, it was a really good trailer, but instead of making me excited for a game, it gives me the feeling of being excited for a movie.
Yeah.
Just because it's a really nice cinematic trailer.
Yeah. It's and I don't want to spoil Red Dead Redemption, but the game is so good in what it does from a story element of it. for a long time throughout the game, I'm not gonna even get the spoilers in it because I want John to play it. But it is one of those games that holds up to the test of time so far, and the story's great, and the payoff is there at the end, and it ties everything up in this really neat way. And it's just one of those games that is gonna definitely be out in like my top 10 for many times to come. And I just hope that Red Dead Redemption 2 can kind of capture that. My fear is that because it's a prequel, they're not going to have the same impact that the first one did. Mm-hmm. Because you kind of know in the first one where some of these characters end up from the gang.
Yeah.
Like there's multiple characters that you see throughout Red Dead Redemption that are part of the story.
Yeah. Well, going back to prequels, like you're just saying, say for me, going to Resident Evil 0, which was a prequel to, it's kind of like the beginning of everything. Well, after playing Resident Evil 0, I have played the other ones before, but playing Resident Evil 0 and then you play Resident Evil 1, the stuff that happens in Resident Evil 1 is not as crazy as some of the stuff that happened in Resident Evil 0, and one of the characters transfers over from Resident Evil 0, and it's like, if that person just went through all this crazy nonsense, she wouldn't be doing this right now, like acting like this. Like, it just kind of threw the whole first one under the bus in a way that the feeling was gone. Like, you were just like, I just saw some crazy stuff in this game, and here I am playing this game. I know it's different genre with the whole stuff.
No, that makes sense, because that's what I'm kind of worried about. Is like the sequel will have like a different feel of it. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption 2 to its entirety. There's not many games that are like open world that I'm actually genuinely excited about, but I am very excited to see what they do with this game. Mm-hmm. But I am worried. Like, I'm worried that it won't have the same impact. I don't necessarily think it might have to have the same impact because it's been years since the original Red Dead Redemption came out. But I just hope it has a good overarching story, and I hope that they continue just build upon the character development like they did in the first game.
Yeah.
And make the world a little bit more active. Red Dead Redemption, the original, was very active, and they had stuff that just kind of randomly came up. But you're in like a Western type area, so there's not a lot of life in between everything. You see some life in like the different cities and whatnot, but there's a decent amount to do. And I'm curious, based on the trailer, they have I'm trying to think of the name of it. I can't think of the name. I'm losing my mind again. No, the
Carriage,
like the hero or villain type meter. I can't think of the name of what I'm looking for. So pretty much it's a matter of, in Red Dead Redemption, you can pretty much do like heroic things, like saving people, or you pretty much can choose to be like a scoundrel, robbing people, sort of thing.
Well, like how in Mass Effect you could be a paragon.
Yeah, like the paragon system, I guess you
stuff
can call
that's been there since.
There's a word for it. I'm just losing
Kotar.
my mind because it's late and I'm tired.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that, like, with the character John Marston, you kind of, based on, it is his kind of redemption story in a lot of ways, and you kind of felt pushed to be the good guy in a lot of scenarios based on the characters that you were meeting and the kind of interactions you were having with the characters.
Will you shoot this puppy?
No, you don't shoot a puppy. But like with this main character, this guy seems like he's like a debt collector for the gang. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering, I hope they make him likable, because John Marston in the first one was a likable dude in a lot of ways. But in this game with this main character, Arthur Morgan is the guy's name, I don't know how likable he's going to be and how much characterization they're going to have with him.
Do they know what the time gap between this one and the first one is?
No, but I'm assuming that it's years back.
Yeah.
From what was going on. Like I said, I don't know if you're going to see John Marston, the main character of Red Dead Redemption, until maybe the end of this game. Mm-hmm. Or if at all. Because the voice actor, I think, retired from voice acting after he did Red Dead Redemption. And I think that's the reason why he didn't come back to do the sequel.
Oh, good
if
point.
I'm not mistaken.
I would, when games do prequels, I would rather see games start before the game, but end after the first game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Kind of make it still a sequel. Because you could have called this, calling it Red Dead Redemption 2 and having it a prequel. In the sense of, going from 1 to 2, it obviously doesn't make sense. I would like it, it would make sense if it was called something else.
And they kind of explain it in 1, because in the first Red Dead Redemption, they're kind of at the end of the Wild West years. Like, it's becoming, industrialized America, and it's kind of towards the end of that gunslinger.
Right, so they want to keep mentality. It in that time period.
If you're going to do a prequel or a sequel to that, then I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah, that was my other thought with maybe that's why they want to keep it in that time period.
So it seems like it's very much like a Star Wars movies, and then go back and make the prequels and make them grand with new tech and everything else like that. Right. I think that's what Red Dead Redemption is going to be like. I think you're going to have these big open areas. You're going to have flesh wilderness. You're going to have a lot to do in Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm excited for all that, but it's just like the characters and the story is going to be a big thing for me. I don't want them jumping around like they did in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Between characters.
Between like the 3 main characters. I just want the one character. I want his story because it works so well with the first Red Dead Redemption. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be interesting to see how they can top that, if they can top that, because Red Dead Redemption was so special. So
now, do you think this is something that needs a co-op, or is this something that just should be played by alone? I don't want
co-op. Like, I think that you can have a lot of story elements that tie into being in a gang and having different characters and building upon them. I just want to play the one main character, and the co-op element, multiplayer element, is just going to be like the Red Dead Online. Just keep that separate. Like, don't even try and bring in like multiple co-op characters or anything like that. Tell a nice, precise story.
Yeah.
And let that be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then let the multiplayer do the multiplayer stuff like it's been doing with Grand Theft Auto and making millions and millions and millions of dollars for Rockstar ever since. So whatever they want to do with that is fine. I just want a nice, awesome, grand scheme story.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Makes me want to play the first one right now.
You should really go play the first one. Like,
all right, get the hell out. Let's go.
No. Like, it is one of those things that, like, for me, like, I was always very hesitant to play it because it was like a bigger open world game.
Yeah.
But I think in bits and pieces of it, it will draw you in. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that happens, and like, the game itself is fun. More fun than I feel like Grand Theft Auto. Like, Grand Theft Auto to me is just like, all right, you go in a car, you just crash and cause chaos. Like, that's where a lot of people find their fun in Grand Theft Auto.
It's true.
To me, I'd rather have, like, it's one of those things, like, I can go into Red Dead Redemption and go and stop a stagecoach robbery, or, protect somebody from being killed or raped or whatever. You have those choices and you have those different interactions. And to me, that's more appealing than just being like, hey, master criminal, Grand Theft Auto, I'm just going to, do some drugs, go to a strip club, and, blow up some stuff. So,
putting cheat codes fly.
And it's fine. It's just kind of it's a little bit more mind-numbing than I felt like what they did with Red Dead Redemption.
Right, make an actual great story out of this
open world. It is really, really awesome.
Suck you in, make you want to like the character and all that good stuff.
Yep, and, like, lasso some horses. Mm-hmm. Make the cattle go out and actually graze.
That doesn't sound fun.
That's not that bad. Luckily, they
finally added grazing technology.
Luckily,
it's about damn time.
Luckily, it's not one of those elements that they make you do like 20 times throughout the game. It's not that bad.
Your cow is dying from dysentery.
Yeah. It's not
the Oregon Trail.
It's not like the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
They did show a bow and arrow though in the trailer too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Looks like we're gonna have some bow and arrows, which would be nice because, like, honestly, there's sometimes like I wish there was more of an ability to be stealthier than just like coming up and trying to knife them. I could never get the stealthy element to work. I always somehow got spotted if there was a stealthy element to it.
They spotted me.
But like in bow and arrow and stuff like that'd be awesome. So
yeah,
I'm ready.
Cool.
For me, whenever I'm playing stealth games, I'm just like running up to the front, and I'm just like, why are they noticing me? I'm just like guns blazing. I'm just like, I'm killing these guys. Why do they see me?
Where's my hunter?
How do they hear me right now?
Where's my hunter and Viz perk? The last thing I will say is that I know this is actually slated for spring 2018.
Yeah.
I think it will definitely be delayed until fourth quarter 2018.
These kind of games usually are.
Yeah. Well, it's just like one of those things. I would prefer it come out in spring, just because then I probably have more time to like play it, and I can kind of take my time with it. But I really think like the success of Grand Theft Auto, they sold a ton during like that September window when they originally launched with Grand Theft Auto 5, and I kind of suspect them to push it out and put it into fourth quarter, and then make every other game publisher get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what else is scheduled for next year, fourth quarter?
Nothing else in the game.
Big.
We're assuming a Destiny expansion of some sort.
Oh yeah, probably.
They'll have to get out of the way of Red Dead Redemption. At least I feel like they should.
Everyone move.
Everybody move.
God, if that comes out around September.
Well, when you have EA, pretty much, I think it was EA or one of the publisher heads was like, "Oh yeah, we're actually breathing a sigh of relief that Red Dead got pushed out." like that's when you know you have some clout that that Rockstar does to pretty much say like, "Hey, this is our game. We're dropping it. You all need to move."
Yeah. Well, as we always say too, we'd rather see a game come out later than sooner and not be polished.
And that's what we love about Rockstar is that they take so much time to build it. And so much time. They add so much into it. Like Grand Theft Auto 5, like I wasn't a huge fan, but like all the different little like things that you can find and
I love
side
exploring
missions.
and
You can go on an entire tour of the city if you wanted to. It's not on the map anywhere, but you can get on a bus and they'll give you a tour.
Yeah.
Like so it's just like stuff like that like I'm assuming Red Dead's gonna do, but it's
not the tour bus.
But it's just one of those things where they take the time, they put as much into it as they want, and then it sells for years.
Yeah.
GTA 5 has been on NPD for a really long time, and they keep making money.
Yeah.
So.
No, it'd be good. John, any final thoughts?
I really want to play the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go back and play the
You should.
Redemption
If
first,
you have
though.
time. If you have time. Because I don't think it's necessary, but I do think that you will get a better grasp of the characters that are in the gang if you go back and you play the first one.
I have little doubt that they're going to release like a remastered edition for PS4.
I don't think they will because they already have Red Dead Redemption on PS Now, and it's already backwards compatible on Xbox. So
I mean, they did have Borderlands 1 and 2 on PlayStation Now, and they have the Handsome Collection out on PS4.
I don't know.
So maybe I'll wait for that. Maybe I'll give it a shot.
I don't.
Worst case scenario, you play the prequel, and you like it a lot, and then you play the first one, and you like that even more. Versus playing the first one first, and then not liking this one as much, and you're going,
yeah, that's true.
But I don't think Carmine's wrong here.
He's right, You're right, also apparently because he thinks you're right.
I'm confused. Who's right?
I don't know.
You're right for watching this. But guys, let us know what you think down in the comments below.